Exactpro is an independent software testing services provider for financial market infrastructures, delivering industry-recognized expertise and bespoke solutions for automation and testing to exchanges, post-trade platforms, and banks across 20 countries. The firm also facilitates a variety of large-scale transformation programs related to DLT and cloud implementations at these systemically important organizations. Exactpro's core product, th2, is designed to enable automation in functional and non-functional testing for complex distributed transaction processing systems. th2 is an award-winning solution that helps regulated markets participants stay compliant and resilient to disruption while focusing on innovation and having the freedom to embrace emerging technologies most relevant to their clients' needs. This demo showcases a th2 implementation for reconciliation testing of the P8 marketplace platform by Yaala Labs, a technology firm specializing in building mission-critical applications for global financial markets. P8 is a blockchain-enabled solution deployed on the cloud. P8 helps innovators launch marketplaces for cryptocurrencies, security tokens, NFTs, and other digital and traditional assets. Let's see how the th2 framework can be used to perform reconciliation tests. Reconciliation testing is used to ensure the consistency between two different transactional data streams. Its main goal is to validate that each request has its corresponding response with proper data. As input, we can use the results of different test activities: exploratory testing, functional and non-functional testing, random load, and others. In our case, we are connecting to the system using REST API and pushing various transactions to mimic participants on the trading platform. The data is being captured and then parsed by the related codec. When data is parsed, it can be used by the reconciliation component, which is responsible for the rule-based checking approach within the th2 framework. Let's look into the reconciliation rules in more detail. The rules for the demo were written in Python, while th2 supports multiple programming languages such as Java, Kotlin, C++, Python, and is pluggable to the majority of open-source test drivers, such as Cucumber. First of all, we need to define specific groups for our reconciliation checks. In our rule, we are checking if there's an acknowledgement for each order request pushed to the system, that is, a corresponding order response. The messages will be matched by a set of unique criteria, in our case, client order ID, side, and symbol. In addition, the test framework checks the content of these messages, verifying that the values in the responses from the system correlate with the respective values from the requests sent. As a result, th2 generates various reports for detailed analysis. Report Viewer is a web-based UI for th2 reports. It consists of events and messages provided by another th2 component, RPT Data Provide, which interacts with the data lake or database to retrieve events and messages by user requests. The recon component generates a root event corresponding to the reconciliation test, which will contain all the related events. Each event generated by th2 consists of a pair of messages linked by a unique key. In the demo example, it's client order ID. The full content of the linked messages can be inspected in a separate tab within the Test Framework UI, the Messages tab. It's very important to have consistent, proper, and well-formed market data. BookChecker is mainly focused on market data consistency checks. In order to validate a market data flow, it builds the entire order book, which allows it to perform different tests related not only to the specific messages, but also to the order book itself. Checks for crossed or locked books, order position checks, etc. Just like in the recon case, we can use the results of different test activities as input. These can be exploratory testing, functional and non-functional testing, random load, and others. To get the market data messages in our demo example, we are connecting to the WebSocket interface. Then this information is decoded by the corresponding codec and can be used by the BookChecker component. As a result, BookChecker can build the entire snapshot of the order book, which can be used for our checks and provide corresponding statistics. Due to th2's feature of keeping a unified storage for all test data, there's an ability to also analyze the results after the test execution happens. Using th2 data services, the data, both messages and events, stored in the th2 data lake can be additionally analyzed. For instance, the data can be aggregated into the respective stats, graphs, or charts for easy test report generation. Information about the available events, either passed or failed, can highlight if there are any gaps in the coverage of the executed tests. Analysis can also provide information about the nature of inputs, permutations used in the tests, the number of messages, their types, and so on. This brings us to the end of our demo of th2. Thank you for watching. The test libraries and tools Exactpro has developed over the years apply to various business contexts, from regulated markets to MTFs, from dark pools to clearing houses and brokerage systems. They've been successfully implemented in a wide range of technical and middleware infrastructures. Modern exchange platforms are highly sophisticated by design and require continuous testing to ensure their resilience. Our deliberate practice of software testing approach is based on modeling the system under test. This allows us to create test libraries that serve as an executable specification for such highly complex platforms. This is a systematic effort focused on achieving the specific goal of improving performance. Some of the key contributors to our success as a company include relentless learning from the most challenging transformational projects in the industry, adherence to our industry-proven principles of software testing, as well as staying focused on providing the necessary growth opportunities for our people. Get in touch with us via email or visit our website to learn more about Exactpro services, and do follow us on social media for the announcements of in-person events we will participate in the next few months.